Okay, so what if I told you there's this surprisingly simple way to maybe generate some serious monthly income?
Oh,
Yeah, like a business idea that doesn't need you to own property or hire staff or, build some fancy app.
okay, I'm listening. Sounds intriguing.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that. It's this concept called micro co-working subletting.
Ah, yes. It's a really fascinating opportunity, actually. Our deep dive today, it sort of pulls back the curtain on this. We're drawing from insights in a piece called Micro Co-Working Subletting, Building Pod Palaces.
Pod palaces, I like that.
Right. And what really stands out, I think, is how this research frames it. It's seen as a remarkably low risk, but potentially high reward play on the surging demand for flexible workspaces.
hmm So our mission today then is to unpack the mechanics, right?
Yeah.
How do you actually transform these, surprisingly common half-empty office spaces?
Yeah, you see them everywhere.
Exactly,
Yeah.
into what the sources are calling these income-producing microhubs. And crucially, we'll dig into why the timing might be just perfect for you listening now to consider this kind of venture.
Sounds good.
So let's talk brass tacks. The core idea here, and our research really highlights this, is basically spotting those underused office buildings.
Or even just parts of them, right? Like specific floors or conference room.
Yes, exactly.
Hmm.
Spaces just sitting vacant maybe half the time. The move then is to lease a section, maybe not the whole thing, and then smartly divide it up into tiny rentable pods.
You're essentially creating value where it seems like there isn't any.
Precisely.
And when we say pods, it's important to stress, we're not talking major construction here.
No sledgehammers needed?
No, no. What's brilliant is the simplicity. Typically, these are just like one or maybe two desk zones. The authors really emphasize that portable privacy partitions, or even just some stylish plant dividers can actually work perfectly.
Really? Just plants?
Yeah, apparently so. The real must-haves, though, are reliable Wi-Fi that's non-negotiable,
Gotta have the Wi-Fi.
a shared coffee machine for that, caffeine kick,
Essential.
and just a clean, quiet environment. That's key. And these little spaces can then be booked out, super flexible by the hour, maybe the day, or even the week.
Okay, so it caters to those immediate needs.
Exactly. Freelancers, remote workers, people who just need a space now.
All right, ready for a number? This might just make you pause a bit.
Lay it on me.
Our sources walk through this really compelling financial example. Imagine you negotiate, say, a 300-square-foot office space. Not huge.
Okay.
And you get it for, let's say, just $300 a month lease.
Pretty cheap for commercial space, but plausible if it's underused.
Right. Now, divide that little space into 4 cozy pods. Just 4.
Mm-hmm.
If each of those pods rents for maybe just $10 a day,
Pretty good.
$3 a day,
Okay.
5 days a week, standard work week, you're suddenly looking at $800 a month in revenue.
Wow. Okay. From a $300 lease.
Yeah. That means a tidy $500 profit. And that's before you even think about scaling up, all from that initial $300 lease.
That is quite compelling. And this is where it gets really interesting, I think. Disruptive, even. What's critical to this model's appeal is the flexibility, particularly when dealing with the landlords.
Oh, so.
Well, the research indicates that you, the operator, you don't necessarily need those scary long-term rental commitments.
That's huge.
It is. Many landlords, especially now, are increasingly open to shorter-term deals or even revenue sharing arrangement.
Revenue sharing. So like a percentage.
Exactly. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
If a landlord lets you manage their otherwise unused space just for a percentage of what you generate, you could potentially set up these pod palaces, as they call them, with virtually no upfront cost for the lease itself.
Wow. Okay, that completely changes the game compared to traditional real estate ventures.
It really does. Removes a massive barrier.
And this isn't just some abstract business model, right? It directly addresses a real pressing need that lots of people, maybe even people, are facing right now. You're not just, creating a business out of thin air. You're actually solving a tangible problem. Think about all the freelancers trying to find a quiet spot away from home distractions.
Or university students needing serious focus time away from noisy dorms or libraries.
Right. Or even just remote workers who occasionally crave a professional setting and escape from their living room office.
You're providing that specific, much-needed solution.
Yeah.
And if we zoom out a little bit, look at the bigger picture.
Sure.
The demand side here is just, it's exploding.
You mean for flexible workspaces?
Yeah. Remote work, hybrid work. In 2025, this isn't some fleeting trend anymore, is it? It's a fundamental lifestyle for millions.
Sure.
So This business model is really about having the eye to spot that unused potential in commercial real estate, especially with current vacancy rates being what they are in some areas, and then ingeniously turning that empty space into real, actual cash flow. You're basically unlocking hidden value that's often sitting right there in plain sight.
So when we boil it all down, this deep dive, it really underscores quite a powerful idea, doesn't it?
I think so.
How just, simply identifying unused space, looking around you, that can lead to a surprisingly lucrative venture. And all without those traditional hurdles, the big capital investment, the staffing, that usually come with anything related to real estate.
Yeah, exactly. It democratizes the opportunity in a way. So here's a thought to leave you with. Next time you're walking around, maybe you walk past that vacant-looking office space above a bakery or tucked away next to a law firm.
Yeah.
Don't just see empty square footage. Ask yourself, could that be my next money-making pod palace in waiting? Because, as our sources strongly suggest, the answer might very well be yes.